Fellas, would you travel to the jungle? Where you could be attacked by dinosaurs at any time?
Are you up for adoption?
In the events of extinction, a research team strives to protect endangered species in the Amazon, but soon realize they are in the hunting grounds of prehistoric predators. Today, we will be talking about the movie, followed by an analysis of the dinosaurs shown. I'm Sore Loser. I was once told that dinosaurs are lame, and I can neither confirm nor deny if that person is still alive. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. Our story opens with a super serious warning about how this is a totally real event. What are you gonna do? I'm not scared. Oh shit! Wait! Freeze that brain. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Okay, so our story starts with this guy, who I'll refer to as Dunce, waking up the UK's version of Katniss Everdeen. She seems upset that she'll be spending the next hour and a half with this dickhead. Fucking same. They head to the airport and take off.
That lake looks like a 6.
Once they land, they meet up with the UK's version of Coyote Peterson. He welcomes them to Peru and starts to drive everyone to the film location. Ah, must be a macrochinia enjoyer. We see a shot of the jungle before meeting more of the cast. We got Soy Tim, Bad Hair Day Lisa, Rob, and this man's really fucked up hairline.
Holy shit.
The next day we find out the team is there for research and the impact that humans have had on the rainforest. Right on cue, they pull up to an area that has been recently cleared of trees, and British Katniss reports on the scene for a few minutes when Dunce spots a person nearby. The group runs up on him, and we bear witness to the most criminal bald spot I have ever laid my eyes on. They accuse the man of being responsible for the deforestation, and he denies it, but with some prying, his intentions are laid out.
To bring these backwoods communities into the modern world.
What do you mean by that?
They can't hold him though, so they have to find another location to head to. Along the way, Dunce spends 2 minutes creating an aura of hate around himself, ensuring that nobody will like him for the remainder of the movie.
James, I swear to God.
Hopefully, ensuring his death later, when suddenly the SUV they are in stops.
It ain't got no gas in it.
It turns out it has suddenly broken down, so they are forced to spend the night in the car. Loud noises wake up the crew a couple of hours later. We hear some honestly pretty convincing dinosaur noises in the jungle. The kind of noises that would make me drive away in the only working car left. And that's exactly what they do. The next morning, it's determined that the other group is not coming back. They get the car working after a while and push on to their study site. We get some shots of the team hiking and see some animals. And then Dunce gets a stick bug on his head. Chill out, man, it just wants to be a hat. Discount Coyote Peterson calls him a pussy. And after all that excitement, the group has to settle down for the night. Dunce and British Katniss are forced to stay in the same tent, and, sensing her distress, a large creature tries to get in the tent in order to help her out, but she wards it off with a few light taps. This freaks the two out, but when they tell the others the next day, they are not believed. Do I smell foreshadowing? Except Maria, who tells the two that if they don't respect the jungle, it will eat them. Ah, yeah, that's definitely foreshadowing. Also, Dunce gets disrespected. Yeah, that's the good stuff. The group comes upon some fresh blood, and they decide to follow the trail, where they find a jaguar's den with the kill still inside. British Coyote Peterson foreshadows his version of the Sting Pain Index series before pushing on. We get some of my favorite Soy Tim noises in this scene, and they come up upon something interesting. British Peterson shows his hairline, and they capture a huge python. He talks about how they are not native to the environment, and postulates that they may have found a new emergent species to the area. Everyone celebrates, but it's time to head back to camp. Along the way, Dunce cock-blocks Rob, and Soy Tim goes missing. After a bit of shouting, they find him at the bottom of a ravine with a dislocated shoulder. Rob sets it for him, free of charge, and he cries a reasonable amount for a man named Soy Tim. Okay, look, the dinosaur's showing up soon, I promise, don't leave. Dunce cock-blocks Rob for the second time, and the creature visits the camp again in the night. Dunce wakes up Katniss so she can be involved too. This causes the creature to zip open the tent, and we see a carnivorous theropod's head rooting around before it charges. Finally, we get to see the dinosaur. What I find interesting is that just from the shape of the head, we can infer that this is a smaller tyrannosaurid, a little taller than this woman here. We will be seeing more of them later on. Our Dunce and Katniss run off into the night as screams can be heard. They run into Soy Tim, who starts crying, It's okay, Tim. I too would start crying out of joy if I encountered a dinosaur. He is interrupted, though, by gunshots, and the three have to take off again. They run into another theropod and see Rob trying his best to not look very tasty. Whoops. He eventually finds British Katniss, the abandoned plane from Jurassic Park 3, and a place to hide for the night. Good job, dunce. The two survivors only get a brief respite in the morning before they hear the dinos nearby. We get to see the remains of post-meal Maria, and some beautiful shots of the Tyrannosaurid. The two hear another dinosaur call out, confirming that there are more than one, and decide that it's time to get away from the area. They narrowly avoid detection, and eventually wander back to camp, where things are not good. After a few minutes, Soy Tim reveals himself, surprisingly alive, and even more surprisingly, not crying. The three argue for a bit before British Peterson shows up, to let them know that this shit is serious, and that it's time to get to the car and get the hell out. So they set off, with the dinosaurs stalking the area. They have a few close calls, before being spotted and chased. For some reason, the studio puts this shitty CGI baby dinosaur in just this one scene only, that chases the group to a river. We see that Katniss is hurt, and, Dunce does something useful for once, and applies a bandage so they can keep going. Oh, and Coyote Peterson got split up from the group or some shit. Honestly, I can barely see what's going on. Anyways, Dunce fixes that for me because they all get cornered. We see some more beautiful shots of the dinosaur. A Jurassic Park reference is made. Soy Tim looks like he's very close for some reason, and the dino takes a bite of him. The other two escape and make it into a cave, where we get some obligatory trauma bonding. And sometime later, they make a break towards the location of the car. The theropod is waiting for them, however, presumably to wish them a safe trip home. They are chased and cornered once more, where all seems lost. But who's that? British Coyote Peterson, and he's got a knife. He jumps on that bitch and does what British people are known best for. The other two make it to the car and fumble with the keys when Peterson shows back up. Michael! They drive away, but the dinosaur follows close by. It bashes the car off the road, and we hear it roar one last time. The camera then flicks on, and we see the guy who left them there that first night. He rescues Katniss, and we are treated to the post-event interview. She talks about what happened and how nobody believes them, and we find out the greatest event to have happened in the movie. Dunce fucking died. Awesome. Coyote says he's gonna go back for his YouTube channel series, obviously, and our movie ends. You know, this wasn't too bad. This movie's strength is definitely its second half. I also really like the sound design and the dinosaur puppets that they pulled out here. But I understand that you're throbbing to know what kind of dinosaurs those were. Well, let me lay it out for you. Based on the evidence we see in the film, I believe this dinosaur is Lythronax argestes. Lythronax is a genus of tyrannosaurid dinosaur that lived in the late Cretaceous period, about 81.9 to 81.5 million years ago. Lythronax may have grown between 16 and 26 feet long and may have weighed between 1,100 and 5,500 pounds. They were heavily built tyrannosaurids with small two-fingered forelimbs, strong hind limbs, and a robust skull. They may have possessed proto-feathers and are known for their shortened skull with a broadened rear. The name, Lythronax, means Gore King, and the specific name, argestes, originates from the Greek poet Homer's name for the wind from the southwest, in reference to the specimen's geographic provenance in North America. Lythronax was likely the largest predator of its ecosystem, and likely hunted other dinosaurs such as hadrosaurs and Diabloceratops. It possessed forward-directed orbits, the degree to which was shared by Tyrannosaurus and Tarbosaurus, which gave its binocular vision depth perception. This would have aided in pursuit predation or ambush predation. It is also likely that their large jaws would allow them to crush bones, much like Tyrannosaurus. Now, how did these two compare? I think the studio represented Lythronax very well, if that is indeed what they were going for. From what we can see, it's the correct size. They nail the broad skull, with this dinosaur having a bit of a stubby snout. It has a large body with powerful looking legs. I can see two fingers on the forelimbs, and it has forward-facing eyes. I'm quite impressed with this design, with maybe these crests here being a bit weird, but that's just me. Overall, great job. While not very well known in pop culture spheres, Lythronax is featured in Jurassic World Alive and Jurassic World The Game, the latter of which I may have an unhealthy addiction to. And that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in to another video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry this one was so short, but I just wanted to say that I appreciate each and every one of you. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.